7 horrifying mythical creatures you'll wish you never heard of. There are creatures lurking in mythology so grotesque, so horrifying, that you'll instantly regret knowing they exist, but you'll know them now, so buckle up. 1. The Wendigo, a hungry man's nightmare. Imagine you're a hunter in the deep, dark woods. You're starving. You've been walking for days, and you're getting desperate. The cold bites at your skin, the trees close in, and suddenly you smell something. It's human flesh. So what do? If you're the Wendigo, you feast on your best friend, who also happens to be the only person keeping you from dying of exposure. A little disturbing, right? That's the moment where your humanity checks out. You're no longer just hungry, you're cursed. The Wendigo-esque story starts with an unfortunate human being so famished and desperate they resort to cannibalism to survive. This act doesn't just fill your belly, it fills you with a curse that turns you into a skeletal, starving monster. Your body stretches tall and thin, skin frozen tight over the bones, but no matter how much you eat, you're always hungry. The hunger never stops. It's a little like the worst kind of New Year's resolution. You are constantly on a diet, and no matter what you do, the hunger never goes away. But the most chilling part? The Wendigo isn't just a cannibal, it's an eternal cannibal. The curse leaves you forever starved, eternally wandering the frozen wilderness, always on the hunt for another unlucky traveler. Forget that hangry feeling. You now need a human-sized snack to keep going. So, the Wendigo serves as a terrifying metaphor for greed. It warns us that indulging our worst impulses, like eating a human leg to survive, will only leave us cursed, lonely, and oh yeah, dead. People use this tale to discourage excess, and honestly I can't think of a better deterrent than turning into a skin and bone monstrosity that devours people. And hey, nothing says fine dining quite like your best friend's leg, apparently. So if you're ever in the woods and you're about to do something desperate, remember, cannibalism is never the answer. Just head to the nearest fast food joint instead. At least they'll give you extra fries. 2. The Nuckelavee, the horse from hell. All right, ready for a fresh nightmare? Meet the Nuckelavee, a creature so disturbing it looks like it was drawn by a sadistic toddler after one too many energy drinks. Picture a horse, except instead of a body, it has a rotting human torso attached to its back, held together by thin strands of sinew. Its face? A nightmare. Its eyes are bulbous, bulging out like they're trying to escape its grotesque skull. And its skin? A disgusting mix of yellow and grey, stretched so tight you can see every vein pumping away. But it doesn't stop there. The Nuckelavee doesn't even have skin on its body. Instead, its muscles and organs are just hanging out there for the world to see, uncomfortably and very unappetizingly. If that doesn't sound horrifying enough, get this. The Nuckelavee hates water. So when it rises from the sea, as it does, it brings pestilence with it. If the beast gets near a village, crops die, cattle fall sick, and everyone's having a bad time. It's like a medieval version of a bad Yelp review. Where did this nightmare come from? The Nuckelavee comes from Scottish mythology, and its origins are tied to ancient fears of disease, corruption, and the way humanity's worst excesses seem to spread like wildfire. The creature represents the consequences of overstepping natural boundaries, and maybe it is just a metaphor for how nasty things get when you ignore basic hygiene. The Nuckelavee would get around the Scottish countryside like it was auditioning for a role in a horror movie, terrorizing villagers by dragging its infected body behind it. It was a being of sheer malice, drawn from the depths of humanity's fear of the unknown and the uncontrollable. Imagine being a farmer, and every time you see a puddle, you're like, oh no, here comes that horse from hell again. At least you can try to avoid the Wendigo by not eating your friends. But the Nuckelavee, you can't outrun a cursed skinless horseman. Good luck with that. 3. The Chaneques, the creepy little forest goblins. What could possibly be more unsettling than a tiny forest creature that thinks it's hilarious to make you lose your way until you wander straight into the jaws of something much worse? Oh, the Chaneques are that creature. Imagine, just as you're walking through the woods, you hear something. At first, it's faint, a giggle, a whisper. Then it gets louder, and you realize you're not alone. The Chaneques, tiny little goblins that stand no taller than your knee, are out there, and they're playing games. And when you're lost, the real fun begins. They're tricksters, with an unsettling habit of leading people in circles, luring them deeper into the forest. But it gets worse. If they don't like you, they'll just straight up kidnap you. Where do they take you? No one knows. Some stories say they drag you to the underworld. Others suggest they just keep you in the forest as their personal plaything until you will be too tired to run away. What makes the Chaneques even creepier is the fact that they are so specific to Mexican folklore, particularly the indigenous cultures of Veracruz and the Yucatan Peninsula. The little goblins became warnings for children, telling them not to wander into the woods alone. If you didn't, you might just end up as one of their little playthings. What's scarier than a goblin kidnapping? A goblin kidnapping that leaves you wondering if you'll ever see the outside world again. All for the crime of taking a wrong turn on your hike. Let's be real.
So, the moral of the story is clear. Don't wander alone in these woods, or you might just meet these little watchers.
If they're this picky, maybe I should start keeping better track of my GPS coordinates. 4. The Bunyip, Australia's swamp monster. On the list of places that could easily feature the most terrifying creatures, Australia takes the crown. Why? Because they've got a monster called the Bunyip, a giant swamp-dwelling creature that is just not the cuddly koala you might have hoped for. No, this thing is terrifying. Descriptions vary from the Bunyip looking like a giant, terrifying seal with a mouth that could swallow a man whole to one with the body of a crocodile, but with the face of a horse, because apparently nightmares have no rules. Some even claim it has an owl-like face with claws that could rip through your skin like it was made of paper. Found in Australia's outback swamps and marshes, the Bunyip has haunted the minds of locals for centuries. People fear it because, well, it's a giant, swamp-dwelling predator with an insatiable appetite. In some stories, it's a creature that drags unsuspecting campers to their deaths while they sleep. In others, it's the angry spirit of an ancient monster, forever doomed to haunt the land. The creature's purpose? Maybe it's a warning to keep your distance from the unknown, like the Chaneques, but with more teeth and fewer giggles. Or maybe it's just Australia's way of saying, "You thought we had enough venomous animals? Hold my beer."